Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. In this video, we're staying at what many consider to be the best themed and most affordable resorts on the Las Vegas Strip, New York, New York. With fun and unique decor, extensive options for dining and entertainment, as well as recently refurbished rooms at a reasonable price, for Vegas that is. New York, New York is a popular choice for visitors to Sin City, and it has been since it opened in 1997. This resort's been on our list for a while, and we're really excited to share our honest thoughts and opinions so you can decide if New York, New York is worth the stay on your next Vegas vacation. So start spreading the news as we're leaving today for a 24-hour stay here at New York, New York Hotel and Casino on this episode of James and Paul Try It All.
While this was a 24-hour stay, we always enjoy giving you just a bit more for these videos, so we have a tour of the Marquis Suite at the end of the video. But first, let's head inside and check out the Sportsbook and Casino.
And right behind me, we've got the New York, New York Sportsbook. Now, admittedly, the New York, New York Sportsbook is one of the smallest of the MGM properties, but it is still a place that you can place bets, watch games, and it's cute. And I think it fits right in with the theme here. So if that's your thing and you'll enjoy sports betting, know that there is an option for you here. Now, one of the cutest things about this sportsbook is the individual TVs at each of the little cubicles, so that way you can change it to whatever game, event, or whatever that you want to watch.
Now, as for the casino, I will say this. If you've been to one strip casino, you have been to them all. They all have your favorite slot games, and if by some reason they don't, you may find your favorite game next door. As for table games, blackjack is 6 to 5, mostly with continuous shuffle. Roulette is 000, and craps have $15 minimums. This is in line with most of the strip. And just off the casino floor is a 24-hour eatery. We had breakfast here a few days prior to this visit, so let's check in with past James and Paul as they dine at America.
Flashback.
We're here at the New York, New York, and we are here at America. Let's head on inside and have some breakfast. Alrighty guys, we have just sat down here at America. I've also got some beverages, and in the true ADD fashion, I've got a beverage to hydrate, a beverage to caffeinate, and a beverage to inebriate.
All right, so we have started off with our breakfast, and that's going to be the steak and eggs. So we're going to go ahead and dig into this steak. I can definitely tell it's a nice medium rare. That's a delightful breakfast steak. It's not bad though for what it is, and for the price, $18.95 for steak and eggs, that's not a bad deal.
We went with the garden egg white omelet. This looks like it's got some spinach, mushroom, tomato, onion, and of course egg whites. It looks delightful. I love a veggie omelet. It's just such a bright flavor. It's seasoned well. There's some herb in there. There's some bell pepper in there too. Omelet, hash browns, great way to start the day.
After a quick loop of the casino floor, it was time for us to sample the tasty vendors at the Village Street Eateries.
We're going to find out if the Village Street Eateries, located inside the New York, New York Hotel and Casino, are some of the best bang for your buck dining options in Las Vegas. That's right, known for their fairly large portions and low prices. We're going to visit as many of the eateries as possible, try approximately 1 to 2 items from every one we hit up, and most importantly, provide you with our honest thoughts and feedback, and whether these are worth your time and money on your next Vegas trip. We're starting off with the 48th and crepe. We got the vegetarian crepe. Those mushrooms give it a huge punch of umami. The pesto, wonderful, nice touch. Tomatoes got a nice little bit of acidity and brightness to it. Onions added that beautiful, again, acidity and a little bit of crunch to it. We just stopped by the Village Street Bakery, which is gonna be your standard kind of like coffee and baked goods. Frankly, what caught my eye was their blueberry muffin. I love a blueberry muffin. All right, let's eat the bottom first. Now, I will admit that it's hard to make a dry blueberry muffin just because of the nature of blueberries, but this is so moist, so cakey. The butter puts it over the top. Definitely a great, quick breakfast option.
So I'm also reviewing something from the bakery here, and we have a Bavarian cream cruffin. Let's go ahead and give this a taste. It does look like all the cream did kind of center right to the middle. I will say I do want a little more cream in it, but overall, it's not bad.
We just got our sandwich from Greenberg's Deli, another one of the eateries here at the Village Street Eateries. Now, I figured what's more authentically deli-ish than a Reuben. Also want a little coleslaw, because again, very quintessentially deli-ish, but let's give it a shot by itself first. It's sweet, it's tangy, it's not like super sweet. That pastrami is fantastic. Great blend of spices, seasoning. The sauerkraut's nice and adds a little bit of tang and crunch to it. The rye bread has a really good strong flavor. That's just a solid sandwich. Alrighty, folks, we're gonna hit the Broadway Burger Bar and get ourselves a burger. Folks, our food has arrived. Now we went with the Grand Central Burger, which is a pretzel roll, chili, cheddar cheese sauce, crispy onions, and of course a beef patty. And we also went with some garlic fries and some onion rings. It's pretty solid. The chili has a very strong flavor. It pretty much overpowers everything else on it. I think the actual beef is really good quality beef. Onion rings are killer. Garlic fries are good.
I mean, I'm already almost half done with them.
I think we are gonna call it quits here with our last tray of food from Fulton Fish Fry, because admittedly, I've run out of stomach space. We went with a bread bowl of clam chowder, and then a basket of fried clam strips with some french fries. Let's start off with this clam chowder though. That's really good, actually. It's very creamy. You get clams, a little bit of bacon, tastes a lot of onion. I think it's a solid choice.
Okay, it is time for me to try these clam strips. I'm definitely getting the clam flavor. The one thing I appreciate is how well fried these are. I cannot be mad at these. With our stomachs full from trying food at 6 different eateries, we decided to walk around and find out what other dining options awaited us at New York, New York. On the way, we walked by the Mad Apple Theater. This theater is home to the Cirque du Soleil show at New York, New York, Mad Apple. Pricing for Mad Apple starts at $49 plus taxes and fees, but it can go up to $200 plus taxes and fees per ticket if you opt for VIP. Always remember to check the MGM app or website for tickets, as prices are always subject to change.
Located just outside to the north of New York, New York is The Park, an outdoor seating and recreation area featuring several different dining options. We particularly enjoyed Beer House, a modern take on the casual beer hall with an assortment of brews available for any type of beer lover. Now, if you're looking to splash some cash and you feel like a baller, you can always treat yourself to a gold-covered steak at Nusrat by the famous internet meme star Salt Bae. However, if you'd rather enjoy a more modest meal, you can always pick up a roast beef sandwich that puts Arby's to shame at Top Round.
Alright guys, while we are not going to be personally checking it out because admittedly we've got Shake Shack at home, we do recommend it as a potential eating option here because it really is a great burger, a solid shake, and their cheese fries are bomb. So if you don't have Shake Shack where you live, it is worth checking out, at least in our humble opinion.
On the second floor of New York, New York is the New York, New York Food Hall. The only thing worth eating here is Capriotti's. If you want New York-style pizza, avoid New York Pizzeria and instead head downstairs to Syracuse. Trust us when we say it's far better.
Flashback.
Alright guys, we just got our slice of pepperoni pizza from Syracuse. It's a pretty good, nice sized slice here. Nice and soft. It folds beautifully.
It's a perfect fold.
Jeez, that's good.
I love how the crust is nice and soft.
It's almost like pillowy. It looks like it should be really crisp, but it is actually a very soft crust. If I didn't know better, I'd say it was underbaked, but it's not.
No, it's not underbaked. It's nice and sturdy.
Right. Meanwhile, New York Pizzeria upstairs here, the New York, New York, I would absolutely never return to ever again.
No,
It's a
it
waste of money.
was not worth your time.
Not a bad slice of pizza by any stretch of the imagination. Hey everyone, before we continue, please consider hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring the bell icon for notifications whenever a new episode of James and Paul Try It All is released. It really helps us out and helps our content be seen by more viewers just like you. Thanks so much in advance. We appreciate it.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
And now it's time for the room tour. Let's get to it.
All right, folks, we are in our room here at New York, New York. We have booked the cheapest king-size bedroom possible, running approximately, I think, right around $200 for a Saturday night. Let's take a quick look around and see what this room has to offer. Now, starting off, I'm just going to be honest, the bathroom is small. It has everything you need, but it doesn't have a lot of extra space. So I'm not going to try and squeeze both of our fat butts inside that restroom together, but let's take a quick look. We've got your toilet. As you can see by the footage I've already shot, we've got, a decent flush on that toilet. There is a fairly large vanity mirror, not a lot of counter space. So if you and a partner are fighting for counter space in a hotel, you might want to book a different room. But other than that, it's not bad. It has everything you need. It's just not fit for more than one person in here. The shower is a shower tub combo. fairly standard for MGM properties, nothing too crazy big. It's not the most shallow tub, but it's also not the most deep. It's definitely not a soaking tub. Shower head looks pretty nice. Let's give it a quick shot. Decent pressure, heats up immediately, no problem with hot water. In fact, that's actually pretty darn hot. Ow, that gets hot really easily, so be careful. Like all MGM properties, they include body wash and shampoo. Nice touch. It's pumps, it's not some little stupid bottles. On the vanity behind us, we've also got body lotion and hand soap. Again, great touch. I hate how Caesars gives you a facial bar to wash your hands with, because it leaves my hands really gross. Immediately to the left of the entrance here, we've got 3 hooks for bags, coats, whatever have you. I've already hung up my bag here. That's actually kind of a nice feature, so I actually applaud them for thinking ahead that this might be something that guests might enjoy. Now, I do want to say I love the art. They use this style of like newspaper clippings and or subway type graffiti and old like posters that are peeling. It does feel like it has that New York aesthetic to it, and I'm in love with it. We've got a little van area with some storage shelves. Nothing too crazy, but throw some clothes in there. Now this big cabinet looks like it should have a fridge, but surprise, surprise, no fridge, which also means no mini bar, so I guess that's a plus too. Ice bucket, cups, standard hotel stuff. One thing I do want to point out about this hotel room though is there is no shortage of plugs. Hallelujah! Thank the maker. On both sides of the bed, we've got a full strip of AC plugs as well as USB. Now it looks like these are the switches for the lamp. The bed itself, big king size bed, it's fairly standard MGM hotel linens. It feels a little more plush than some of the other MGM properties I've stayed at. Let's give it a quick little sit. Okay. It's on the softer side. I like a firmer bed. Paul will be happy. He loves a soft mattress though. Let's give it a lay. I will say it really does contour to your body nicely. I think we're going to sleep well tonight. All right, so one thing you might have noticed so far is there's not an actual closet. Instead, there is a small wardrobe. We've got a rack to hang up some clothes. They provide you some hangers. There's another small closet space. Ooh, that's a hard door to open. In here, as well as iron and ironing board in case you want to press any of your clothes. This would be great for things like suits, long dresses. Down below, you got your hotel safe. Keep all your valuables secure. And then underneath, just a little bit more storage space for things like extra bags, shoes, what have you. Got a cute little table and chair set, as well as a pretty awesome view of the lift hill of the New York roller coaster. Paul's gonna take one for the team. We are old and our backs hurt, and we both know that this roller coaster hurts. Maybe it'll be different. He'll give a full report on it later, but I'm not willing to take that chance and be in pain on the flight home tomorrow. All right, one last little lamp over here by the window, so just in case you want some extra light. But all that is our room here at New York, New York. I do have to say, I'm pretty impressed. Obviously, we're not going to spend a lot of time in the room. We've only got 24 hours here, and we still have so much to show you. So please, don't go anywhere. We've got more New York, New York coming your way.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
So one thing I'm loving about the rooms here at New York, is that there is a tub and shower combo, which means that you can take a bath in your room. And what better way to do it than to visit Nectar Life, where they feature all sorts of bath bombs and other bath products, because after being all out on the strip all day, you're going to want to sit in your room and take a bath and have something to just relax everything.
1 hour later.
Alrighty guys, I am dressed and ready to head down to the pool. Let's go check it out. Alrighty guys, we are out here at the New York Pool, and it looks like we got some cute little loungers right here. There is the clever task of trying to get my fat ass into this. I can only imagine I'm not gonna have an easy time getting out of this here. My pale legs are gonna burn any second. We have a lovely view of the roller coaster. All in all, it seems like a very nice pool complex. However, I don't think I'm gonna get much, enjoyment of just chilling in the lounger here. So maybe it's time to just go ahead and hop on in. There we go. All right, so water is on the warmer side, but it is a hot day here in Las Vegas. However, it's absolutely lovely out here. Lots of people seem to be enjoying themselves today. We'll give you a quick shot of the pool area. There we go. So there's a volleyball net, people having fun. It's only one pool here in New York, from what I can tell, but it's still a pretty big pool complex. Nice little benches here along the edge of the pool. I love a cute bench. There goes the roller coaster. I'll plug in out here shortly. Hope he has fun. I'm having fun already. Right behind me is the towel stand and the boat bar, so it looks like you can definitely load up on your poolside alcoholic beverages if you choose to do so. I imagine that there is a markup, as there usually is with any resort pool bar. All right, pool bar mission has been accomplished. I grabbed a Dos Equis, $13, which honestly, I've paid more for a beer in Vegas, so that's not the worst. One thing I want to definitely comment New York on, it seems that they have a decent selection of free seating because so many Las Vegas resorts are going more and more to the pay to sit. You have to pay a premium if you just want a lounge chair. There is not an unlimited option of lounge chairs, but I imagine if you get here early, you would have no option of finding a sun chair. There are day beds, I believe. There are cabanas that are available for rent, but I managed to snag a lounge chair fairly easily. There is an actual DJ who's playing right now compared to just whatever random Spotify station happens to be on. So compared to what we experienced with some of Caesar's properties, I think I like this.
While I'm wrapping up at the pool, let's check in with Paul over at the roller coaster.
Meanwhile,
Okay, so it looks like it is my turn to go ahead and try this roller coaster. Now, I decided to take one for the team. It's been more than 10 years since I've done this, but I do remember it will break your back more than the Matterhorn. So let's get to this and just see how well this thing treats us.
The hours for the arcade and roller coaster are open until 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday and midnight on Friday through Sunday. Now, one thing to say about this arcade, it is huge, and there's a decent walk just to get to the back where the roller coaster is located. There are even lockers to store your stuff, as you cannot bring any loose articles onto the ride.
Okay, so like most theme parks, you cannot take the GoPro on, so I am either going to find some of the official footage for y'all that I'll splice into the video, or I'll just return back and just tell you how the coaster was. Either way, we're going to go ahead and lock our stuff up, and I will be back.
While I had every intention to film the roller coaster with my GoPro secured and screwed into my chest harness, it's seriously not going anywhere. I do respect the rules and did not attempt to sneak my GoPro onto the ride. So instead, enjoy these stock clips of the roller coaster courtesy of the New York YouTube page. There are plenty of POV videos out there on YouTube if you do want to see more of this coaster, but let's circle back to me after riding for my impressions.
Okay, so we just finished up with a roller coaster here, and I will say this. It is definitely just as backbreaking as it was when I was a kid. It's a lot of fun, so if you are here at the New York with families, it is a great option. Now, do keep in mind that it is a little pricey to do because it is a single attraction. You are going to be paying about $25 per ride. Most of the time, you can find a My Vegas deal for about 10,000 points on there to redeem for a free ride. That's always a great value. So if you're here with families, they have a great arcade, and they also have a really good roller coaster. There's really only two inversions. There's the two big drops that aren't really that, too bad. So if you are someone that, is really afraid of roller coasters, doesn't like things going upside down, it is a great starter coaster. Now we've just finished the roller coaster. That was a lot of fun. I'm going to make my way over to meet James, and we will be back shortly with more New York. This has been a weird 24 hours here. Can't believe we've been cramming so much in. Stay tuned.
meanwhile,
Alright guys, I am here at the chocolate bar at New York, and it's time for a little afternoon cocktail pick-me-up. We've got a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Martini, my favorite flavors. This is going to be comprised of Screwball, Marie Brizard, chocolate liqueur, half and half, and peanut butter sauce. Let's give it a little tasty taste. That's good. I've been wanting to check out the chocolate bar for a while. I pass by it all the time when I'm in Vegas, and now finally I'm staying in New York, finally giving it a shot. Cheers.
If after knocking back a sugary cocktail at the chocolate bar, you find your sweet tooth still wanting more, be sure and take the time to make a stop in Hersheys Chocolate World. This expansive retail space is the perfect place to celebrate your love of the iconic Hersheys brands with fun merchandise, sweet treats, and more. We featured this spot in our 5 Sweet Treats video, so make sure to check it out at the link in the description for more info about Hersheys Chocolate World.
After meeting back up with James, it was time for an afternoon snack for some Irish nachos, and so we headed to 9-5 Irishmen. Sorry, 9 Fine Irishmen. I messed that up so many times on this trip.
Alrighty, my friends, we are here at 9-5 Irishmen for a little afternoon snackle and a little afternoon beer. Of course, we went with Guinness because we're in an Irish pub, so cheers. Nothing like a Guinness fresh from the town. But we ordered the Irish nachos, which is essentially potato chips with cheddar cheese sauce, which sound delightful. We've got a full meal plan later at Gallagher, so we can't eat a whole lot, but we of course wanted to come check this place out because I love an Irish pub.
All right, our Irish nachos have arrived here at 9 Fine Irishmen. Now, these are house-made potato chips loaded with cheese sauce. Let's give them a taste.
Disclaimer, there's nothing Irish about this, but they still look delicious.
They're quite delicious. It's almost like having a baked potato.
All right, guys, my turn. These look yummy. I love quote-unquote Irish nachos. As you may have heard me say, there's nothing Irish about this, but it's adorable. And what's not to love with potato chips covered in a cheese sauce? So let's grab this guy. He's fully loaded. Maybe grab one small one here to... You can tell that these are freshly made because they're nice and bubbly and crisp. That's a great afternoon snack. My God, I would absolutely recommend checking these out. It's simple. They're salty and potatoey and cheesy. Got a nice little bit of green onion on top. You can add protein to it as well, but we are trying to save some room for our dinner at Gallagher's later, so we kept it with just the traditional basic Irish nachos. And paired well with a Guinness, I can't complain.
All right, everyone, we just finished our Irish nachos at 9 Fine Irishmen. Yes, I got the name right. I've been messing that name up the whole trip.
9-5 Irishmen does not make any sense whatsoever.
But I do want to give a big shout out to our bartender, Randy. She was amazing.
She was.
She was very personable. She is an asset to that establishment. Stay tuned because we will be back with more at New York, New York.
Later that night.
Tonight, Paul and I are here at New York Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we'll be dining at Gallagher Steakhouse. I am very excited to enjoy this meal, as I actually got to dine at the original Gallagher's in New York many years ago, and it was my first upscale steakhouse experience. So for me, there's a special place in my heart for this restaurant, and I cannot wait. Let's shut up. Let's head inside and enjoy some steak.
We've just been seated at our table here at Gallagher Steakhouse. I am quite excited because I just love a good classic vintage style steakhouse.
Now tonight we're going to be trying to showcase as many courses as possible.
All right, so we're starting off with a beautiful bread service here. They brought out this nice, beautiful looking ciabatta, as well as a cranberry bread. It's paired with what looks to be a nice fresh butter. That cranberry bread is delightful. I appreciate a great steakhouse that does start off with some bread service. All right, so our calamari has arrived, and it is served with some Meyer lemon and marinara. Now, I love a good fried calamari, so let's dip it in that marinara. That calamari is fried perfectly. There's no rubbery texture to it. Everything about the outside of the calamari is nice and crisp. You also just get a nice acidity that comes through.
Alrighty, folks, my turn to try the calamari here. I'm gonna get some of the little tentacles, my favorite part, and then we're gonna give it a little dunk in the marinara there. Paul's absolutely right. The calamari is fried perfectly. The Meyer lemon adds a little bit of tartness, but sweetness that Meyer lemon is known for. The marinara is robust and wonderful.
Now, for my soup, I decided to go with the French onion soup. Oh, you can definitely see the beef broth in it. Now, as with any French onion soup, there's definitely Gruyere on top. Broth here for the French onion soup, it has a nice beefy flavor, and you get that flavor from the crouton that blends into that beef broth.
I've got the clam chowder here now. I love clam chowder. It is easily my favorite soup. The clam flavor is strong. The chowder itself, again, is very creamy. Has excellent flavor, perfectly seasoned. The potatoes are soft and just melt in your mouth. The vegetables are perfectly cooked. All right, my friends, our entrees have arrived. Now, we went with a bison ribeye for our steak tonight. While I've had bison before, I've never had a bison ribeye. So we're gonna start by slicing into this bad boy. So let's just get in there. Oh, it cuts perfectly. Perfect medium rare. Let's give it a shot as is. It's seasoned beautifully. The salt, the pepper, the crust. It's just all a wonderful medley of flavor. Perfect char on it. It's fatty and rich. Last but not least, I'm going to take a little taste of our side here. The Yukon Gold puree, which is a fancy term for mashed potatoes. That's good. Perfectly seasoned, which I would hope they would be because there's no salt and pepper on the table. Just like I prefer in restaurants, that's usually a good sign.
I decided to go with the sauteed dorade. Now, I am a huge fan of fish and seafood entrees. Let's go ahead and give this a toast. There's a beautiful, delicate flavor. You definitely get the taste of the fish that comes through it with that nice briny flavor. That's a great piece of fish. The sauce that's been sauteed in gives it a buttery, silky flavor. All right, folks, our dessert has arrived. We went with the sticky toffee pudding. Easily one of my favorite desserts. Let's not waste any time because the ice cream is melting. Yes, that is just divine. The vanilla bean ice cream cools the simple, hot, sticky toffee pudding. The pudding itself melts in your mouth. And it has such a wonderful, delicious toffee flavor to it. Gallagher's here did a fantastic job with their rendition of this classic English dessert. I just want to say that was an exceptional meal, and I want to thank Caroline, our server, who is just a wonderful, wonderful person and really took really great care of us. After tax and tip, it came to about $260. Yeah, about $260 after tax and tip. So
We definitely have more expensive upscale dinners in Las Vegas. I can't complain at that in the slightest.
no, not at all.
I definitely think that goes to show that New York is a good, quote-unquote, budget-friendly property. Obviously, that's not in everyone's budget. We are firmly aware of that. With all that being said, this has been a whirlwind day here at New York. Would you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Totally. Like, we've done so much today.
We managed to accomplish quite a bit. Yeah, but it is unfortunately our bedtime, especially since we do have an early flight. So I tell you what, we should say goodnight for now, and we'll be back in the morning with a quick final thought before we head to the airport. Don't go anywhere.
But wait! There's more!
Well, hello everyone. Future James here. Now, it's been a few months since we last stayed in New York, but we are actually back here for another night. But this time, we've got a freaking ginormous suite. And we wanted to show you what they have to offer here. Now, this is the Marquis Suite. Let's start off with the bathroom. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the bathroom here in the Marquis Suite is pretty much exactly the same as the bathroom in the regular king room that we last stayed in that we showed you earlier in the video. You know, little vanity, nice big mirror, nice little shaving mirror here as well. You know, you've got your hair dryer, and then you have a fairly reasonably sized tub. I will actually say, I think the tub's actually maybe a little bit deeper than the tub in the regular room. Here's the real reason we decided to book this suite. Now, we got this as an upgrade because originally we did just book a regular room again, and with that upgrade into the Marquis Suite came a pretty nice, giant jacuzzi tub here. I love a jacuzzi in a hotel room. Frankly, if it were up to me, every hotel room in Vegas would have a jacuzzi. Now, much like the regular room here, you've got a little dresser. Down here, we've got what looks like to be a mini fridge. Let's find out. It is a mini fridge. It is not a mini bar. That got a little bit of room for storage here. Looks like there's a laundry bag down there in case you want to send up for laundry service. As you can see, this suite is big. There's no two ways around it. It's easily twice the size as the regular room. Still got your standard king bed, super comfy. A nice little wardrobe here. And I do
want to emphasize, little, if you're like Paul and I and you pack a lot, this doesn't quite cut it for the things you want to hang up. So I'm glad we're only staying here for one night. The room also comes with what looks like to be, I would say probably a 48-inch television. This room does come also equipped with a nice cute little table here. So if you want to bring some food back to the table, back to your room, or perhaps even order some room service, there is a place to sit and enjoy that. There is this large couch here, this large L-shaped sectional, super comfy, great place to sprawl out on after you've been walking around on the Vegas Strip all day long. One thing I think that I would like to see more of in this is probably actually more furnishings. I feel like there's some bare areas. Like it could maybe use like another little sectional or something like that, maybe by that second window. One of the best parts about the Marquis Suite has to be the view. And one view is gonna show you Excalibur and a little bit of Mandalay Bay. But then right behind us, we have this glorious view of the MGM Grand. All in all though, that's the Marquis Suite. We're super excited to be here. We hope you guys have enjoyed this extra little room tour, this little extra bit of bonus content we're squeezing into this review of New York, New York. That being said, we're gonna go back to past James and Paul now as they continue the rest of their review of New York, New York.
The next morning.
All right, guys, it has been almost 24 hours since we arrived at New York, New York yesterday. I think we both really enjoyed this property.
Oh yes, this is probably one of my favorite MGM properties that we've stayed at so far. Now, I came into this thinking this was probably not going to be, and that's because it does cater mostly towards a budget-minded family crowd.
It's not so budget where it feels cheap,
Exactly.
but it's also not so expensive where it feels out of reach for an average person.
Yeah, I mean, we have those dreams of one day staying at like Aria, Bellagio, but let's be real here, we don't really have that budget.
We are very firmly in the lower middle class tax bracket.
So this place is perfect for us.
I really enjoy New York, New York. It's easily the best themed of the MGM properties, or at least the one that still keeps up.
I mean, we grew up in the era where the themed hotel was a thing here in Vegas, and a lot of us do miss that.
Yeah.
And, you know, they do the theme really well here.
They do. All in all, the room was comfortable. We slept well.
The room was very clean.
Very clean.
Very clean.
Yeah, I would say it was darn near spotless. That being said, I think the general consensus is that we had a great time in New York, New York. It was well worth the money, and we do recommend it as an option for you as fellow Vegas travelers.
And 24 hours was definitely not enough to cover it all.
No, not at all. There was so much to see and do here. On that note, we want to thank you guys so much for watching. We really hope you've enjoyed today's episode. It means the world to us. You guys are the reason that we keep doing it. So if you did enjoy today's episode, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell icon for notifications whenever a new episode of James and Paul Try It All is released every Saturday. Don't forget our weekly Slot Play series, Slot Play Sunday, every Sunday. Thank you again so much for watching. Until next week, have a great one, and bye.